What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT review, the show from March 13th, 2019, at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. You have Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson on commentary. The opening show basically was a video package of basically the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic tournament that started from last week, and it started showing the semifinals that's part of this tournament. Basically and also represents the Warriors too. By the way, Warriors were also on this video package as well, where they're looking forward to see who the challenger is going to be at Takeover Brooklyn. Basically, they call it Takeover New York, but it's Takeover Brooklyn because they're going to be in Brooklyn, New York, the Barclays Center, just like they done with what pertains to NXT. During basically SummerSlam weekend, if you remember, back in 2015, all the way to 2018. But that's not here or there, right? Anyways, so that was basically the package of what they did for basically to continue on with the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic with the semifinals. So let's get to it. The first match was Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven versus the Forgotten Sons, Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler, being accompanied by leader of the Forgotten Sons, Jackson Reddick. And this was the semifinals for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic tournament. Match itself, it was decent. It was just decent. For some reason, this week on NXT, where it pertains to the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic tournament, it cooled down basically. And and with Mustache Mountain, you would think that they will do something to carry the match, for where it pertains to the Forgotten Sons, but I didn't see that at all, basically. But Mustache Mountain was still impressive, as always. The Forgotten Sons, they were just solid. But they still did a good job, though. Because you have Jackson Reddick getting involved. Referee looking on, taking out Tyler Bate. And then Trent Seven realized what happened there. And then the Forgotten Sons did the job to take out Trent Seven. And then in the end, the Forgotten Sons wins the match. I'm like, wow. They're really heavily pushing the Forgotten Sons, and based on who won the semifinals later on, which I'll get to, obviously the Forgotten Sons not gonna win this one, but we won't be able to see that yet until 2 weeks time, because I think they said in 2 weeks they're gonna culminate the finals of that Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic tournament. But I'll get to who's part of that match too, basically represents the Aleister Black and Ricochet versus DIY, which is Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. But again, I'll say that for when we get to the main event. But yeah, match itself, it was decent though. Kathy Kelly meant to say, excuse me. She interviews Matt Riddle, where pertains to the Velveteen Dream, where pertains to the NXT North American Championship. And basically, he was basically want to recap about he just wants to say hi and get a closer look, and he wants that title belt. And then Adam Cole comes in and says, "You think you could just walks right in and go ahead of me and blah blah blah." And he's like, he should be good. He wants that on that title belt, and and he said it's gonna be undisputed. And then Matt Riddle is like, you know what's undisputed? Basically, it's saying that what's undisputed represents how Matt Riddle sees what's undisputed is. And all of a sudden he challenges Adam Cole to a match. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen next week or in 2 weeks' time with Matt Riddle and Adam Cole. I'm assuming it's next week, but I'm assuming, unless because I want to hear wrong about this whole thing, but we'll see. But I'm looking forward to the match though between Matt Riddle and Adam Cole, baby. Just saying. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Next we get to Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair. This was determined to who's going to be the new number one contender against Shannon Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship at Takeover Brooklyn. for during WrestleMania weekend. And yes, Takeover New York, but it's Takeover Brooklyn, folks. They're in Brooklyn. They're in Brooklyn, the city of Brooklyn. They're not in this. They're not gonna be in the city of New York City, because if they were, they would either be in Madison Square Garden, or in my opinion, they should go to Hammerstein Ballroom or something, the Manhattan Center. Either way, But anyways, that's not a hero there. But yeah, but Shannon Baszler was on commentary for this match, and the match itself between Io Shirai and Bianca Belair was pretty good. Bianca Belair using her hair whip, Io Shirai doing her 619. Basically these two women were going at it back and forth and everything, showcasing how good they could they got to do one another and all that. And then all of a sudden Shannon Baszler gets into the ring. Well, she goes after Io Shirai from the outside first. Then goes in the ring to go after Bianca Belair, basically causing a no contest. Puts Bianca Belair in the Karakula clutch. Then Kairi Sane comes out for the save. She gets put in the Karakula clutch. Io Shirai comes in for the save. She gets put in the Karakula clutch. And then Shannon Baszler stands tall after ruining this match that where supposed to be determined who's going to be facing Shannon Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. And I'll get to her in a little bit. Also, we get to Aleister Black and Ricochet warming up from that match against DIY, and I'll get to that momentarily too as well. So we get to Kathy Kelly, confronting Shannon Baszler about why she did what she did there, and basically Shannon Baszler said that what she did there is that she proved that no one deserves a title shot against her because she proved it. Obviously, she said something else too, and all, but I just want to keep it short short and sweet, basically. And then Kathy Kelly said, she was informed by William Regal, the NXT general manager, that because of her actions, Shayna Baszler's actions, that she's going to be facing all three of them. Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler, basically Shayna Baszler is going to face Kairi Sane, Bianca Belair, and Io Shirai in a fatal four-way match for the NXT Women's Championship at Takeover Brooklyn. But Takeover Brooklyn is. That's where they're going to be at. They're going to be in Brooklyn, New York, and they're going to be in the Barclays Center. But again, they're calling it Takeover New York. Oh, but because Brooklyn, New York, but it's the venue they've been in since SummerSlam of 2015 all the way to 2018. I don't understand why they can't just call it Takeover Brooklyn. They always, but because it's not during SummerSlam weekend. It makes no sense, folks, but whatever. Anyways, I don't know why I'm letting that get to me. Anyways, but main event time: Aleister Black and Ricochet versus DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, the semifinals. And based on this match, folks, again you see how Ciampa is working the match too, and Ciampa for some reason looks fine, but here's the reason why too. Because these tournaments were actually being taped 2 weeks prior. Before it happened to Ciampa last week. We had to get the surgery from a neck fusion that he's going through right now. So, but based on how he was wrestling in this match too, it does look like he needed to get surgery anyways. It looked like he was fine, but anyways. So the match happens, and match itself was it was decent too, and then it started picking up a little bit. And then at one point, Gargano was saying that he hurt his knee after a breakup attempt. Actually, the breakup of Gargano trying to submit. I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Aleister Black. I'm assuming, and Ciampa with his submission move, and then Ricochet picks him up and then rams him to Gargano, which Gargano was on the knee and all that because of that bump. And Gargano could continue, so Ciampa has to undo on his own, and that cost DIY the match. So yeah, Aleister Black and Ricochet ends up winning the match, which means they're gonna be in the semifinal. They're gonna be in the finals of the Dutch World Tag Team Classic tournament against the Forgotten Sons, and yeah. Match picked up a little bit. It was still decent. But yeah, there you go. they're going to the finals, and it's going to be in 2 weeks' time, and I can't wait. After the match, Cancer Ray comes out to see what's going on with Ciampa, not Ciampa, Gargano, I meant to say, excuse me. Ciampa, all of a sudden he goes to see how Gargano is doing. He left his NXT gold on the in the ring to check out what has basically checking on Gargano and everything. They go up on the stage. Cancer Ray is waiting all the way for the from the to go behind the curtains, but she didn't go behind the curtains. She has to just stand there until they come closer. Also, Ciampa was trying to turn on Gargano like he did before, 2 years ago, or was it 3 years ago? Yeah, actually 2 years ago. It's almost 3 years ago. Once we get close to the summer basically. But Ciampa was going to turn on him again by ram him to the LED stage, set right. But Gargano hits the brakes because remember his knee, it was injured in the match. It turns out it was all a ruse. He faked the knee injury. He stopped with the knee that he faked the knee injury with, just to he could turn on turn the tips around on Ciampa and Samson to the LED stage. So basically, Gargano and Cancer Ray is standing there smiling while this whole thing's going on. Basically, they were both in cahoots to do this to Ciampa. Which it was. Now here's the thing. I don't know. It just means Gargano's going to be a heel because of this. To me, it was like a confusing. What's the word? I remember trying to think of this one word. Cliffhanger. A confusing cliffhanger here of who's the heel here and who's the face here. So and the reason why they did this too, as well, because Ciampa obviously he's hurt. He had the surgery last week, because of the neck fusion he had. That he's been dealing with for quite a while. And this was a good way to for them to be out of the World Tag Team Classic tournament too as well. So that Ciampa can be taken out by Gargano. And now we gotta see what they do with this. Cause I'm hearing that Ciampa basically what he's doing right now, basically what pertains to the photo he took. He's at home recovering from the surgery he had. He still got the NXT belt with him. He's not letting it go. So I don't know what this means. I don't know if this means that we're still going to get the match between Gargano and Ciampa for the NXT title at TakeOver New York. But if we are, that means Ciampa, that means Ciampa won't be able to appear on TV, NXT TV until TakeOver. But at the same time, Ciampa needs to worry about his health, because the neck fusions are not it's not a neck fusion basically is a serious thing that you don't want to fuck around with. I mean, look what happened with Stone Cold, Lita, Rhino, Scotty 2 Hotty, Chris Benoit, Edge. Just to name a few people. Like Kurt Angle, for example, as well. John Cena. Yes, John Cena been through that too. Actually, has John Cena been through that? No, actually, he hasn't. I'm trying to think about who's the other person. But I know it wasn't John Cena though. I remember he did have surgery from his neck because what happened with his match against Batista back in 2008 from SummerSlam. Because he came back very quickly after that. So, oh yeah, Kurt Angle, of course, Kurt Angle. Yeah, I think I already mentioned Kurt Angle too. But yeah, the point is, folks, neck fusions are not something that should be fucking around with. Especially with okay, Taz. Now remember, Taz is one of those guys. Sabu is one of those guys. So that's something that you shouldn't be fucking around with. So if Trump really can't go, then he shouldn't be wrestling. Then he shouldn't wrestle TakeOver, especially Because as much as I want to see the feud 2 and all between Ciampa and Gargano, but at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Ciampa needs to rest, and he needs to recover. And that being said, he needs to recover for the next either 6 to 14 months, or 8 to 18 months, I guess. Oh no, actually 8 to 16 months, I meant to say. But the point is, he's gonna be gone for a while, So his health matters, basically. Otherwise, he'll end up in a wheelchair, and that's something we don't want to see from for Ciampa. But yeah, that's basically the end of the show, though. Talking about wrestling for NXT from March 13th, 2019. 3 matches, just 3 matches, basically. Excuse me. My overall stream for the show, I'm gonna go 6 out of 10. I thought NXT UK was a pretty good show. Which was half better than NXT this week, and that's not saying a lot though, but still. But yeah, there you go, folks. That being said, thank you all for watching. It's Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets.